What is a blog? Well, in this section, we're going to get it installed on your website. And so before we dive in, I just want to demystify this. I know for the most part, you probably already know what a blog is, but I don't want you to overthink it. Really, all a blog is just a collection of articles. It's nothing fancy. It doesn't have to be, quote, a blog. You don't have to use WordPress. You could make it with static HTML pages. Really, all it is a collection of articles that are in reverse chronological order. So typically the newest post shows up first. So with WordPress, we can actually schedule our posts and we can do some pretty fancy things. But again, if you know how to code a web page, all you got to do is add another page and add some links. And essentially you've created a blog or your collection of articles. We also organize our blogs with categories and tags. This helps it become more user-friendly as well as improve our search engine optimization. Which brings me to the next point. Does blogging actually help SEO or search engine optimization? I would say yes and no. So yes, because by its very nature, it's just a collection of articles. So anytime you have more content on your website, it's going to help with search engine optimization. It's going to help those search engines like Google, Bing, Yahoo, whatever. It's going to help them find you. It's really in regularly publishing content. So you could do this just by adding pages. It doesn't necessarily have to be a blog. What's nice about a blog though is that that sorting of the categories and the tags and all the posts into one spot instead of adding a ton of pages, it helps keep it clean and not be so cluttered. So that's where it's really helpful. And honestly, it's just casting a wider net for search engines to find. So again, you're adding a lot more content, a lot more text, which then gives those search engines something to actually discover and then show to people who are searching for it. So the other way that this really helps, especially with WordPress, is you've got these built-in meta tags. So your titles, your descriptions, your keywords that we added, like on the featured images when we uploaded the logo in a few lectures back, where we added the alt text that then gives Google, well, again, any search engine, something to discover. So that's where the magic really happens as far as it helping your SEO. The other thing is page links in general that search engines can follow. So when they land on that post and you have other categories in your sidebar or other links that then let it spider out and crawl and discover all of the other pages on your website. The other piece to this is the search engine friendly URLs. So whenever you add a new page or a new post in WordPress, your URL at the top, whatever your domain name is, .com / whatever the page title is. And that's one more way for search engines to find you. So in conclusion, the information that I just shared with you was actually written originally by John Crenshaw a few years ago, and the link is in the description here. I'd encourage you to read it. He goes through and gives some really great points to this, as well as if you're considering diving into the whole blogging scene, some practical steps and tips for how to create different posts, how to come up with ideas, when to post them to make the maximum result for your effort. And last, they're super easy to set up, especially because we're already using WordPress. So let's dive in.